I'm also speaking with a growing number of hybrid LPL advisors who feel like something has changed. It just feels off, even though no one formally announced it. Their RIA sold part of its equity either to private equity or to LPL. And from the outside looking in, everything looks fine. But internally, the firm just simply feels different. Decision making feels further away. Priorities have shifted. Priorities feel less clear. And the culture they originally joined or hired doesn't feel as present day to day. So after a partial sale, incentives clearly shift. Whether leadership intends that or not, growth becomes the headline, acquisitions become the strategy, and integration becomes constant. What often gets lost in the transition is service, not out of neglect, but because the firm is now optimized for expansion, not personalization. Here's the part most advisors sense but rarely hear said out loud. Most firms that sell a minority stake don't remain minority owned forever. Over time, many are fully acquired. And allegedly, I was talking to a $1 billion firm fairly recently about the same exact situation. I would always kind of caution advisors, hey, it feels like you kind of have 5 to 6, maybe 7 years left. This advisor, very well connected, very well dialed in, one of the largest firms across the country, said that he expects the shift to happen within 2 years of the announcement. Again, allegedly. So, in full acquisition usually brings more standardization, more centralized control, less local autonomy. Independence doesn't just disappear all at once, it erodes gradually. I help many advisors in this exact situation. If you're still continuing on the growth path organically and inorganically, and you haven't sold a minority stake to your firm, you're not the priority anymore. And it just seems like a matter of time before you end up going through a major change of potentially being back on platform, which may not be the worst thing, but do know that things will change. So, advisors who are still producing, still client focused, but want to understand what comes next before changes become permanent. That's who I want to focus on helping. The mistake I see is waiting. You're waiting for clarity, you're waiting for things to settle down, you're waiting until options quietly narrow. The smartest advisors, the most successful advisors, the business owners, they get informed early and often while they still have the leverage, flexibility, and time to make thorough, thought out decisions. So if you're a hybrid LPL advisor and your firm sold part of its equity or the entire thing, driver private equity or LPL, the question isn't whether change is coming, it's whether you'll understand your options before those changes define them for you.